The truth is what's happening inside of you. The truth is what's happening inside of you. What we believe falsely is the truth is what's happening outside of us. So we falsely believe that this is fact. Then we think about it. Then we feel inside like we're not successful, happy, where we want to be. And then we create that truth because your ego doesn't want to be wrong. So literally, you will start to look for and create evidence of how not successful you are because you think what's happening outside of you is the truth. What's happening outside of you is not the truth. You're in reaction to the outside, calling that true, feeling that truth outside, and then asking for more of it. This is why Kalego is such a huge deal. If you say yes to something that calls to your soul, but you can't see what you'll get out of it, then life has to give you surprises, right? Life has to give you something. So if you go, most people go, I'm going to do something, but I need to see what I'm getting out of it. You're saying I'm doing something and I can't see what I'll get out of it. So if you do something not for what you can see, but because it calls to you, life will still give you rewards, but there'll be rewards you weren't looking for, which is really exciting because there is so much life that we haven't seen. Do you get what I'm saying? There's so much life that we haven't seen. And what we're looking for is only through the lens of what we've seen. So we want to grab onto what we haven't seen. We want to open our heart to the world that's trying to come to us that we can't see. Like right now, I was talking to someone the other day and they said, I got to open my heart to receiving more and I got to get used to receiving more. And I said, that's nice. But I said, what if it's already here? And what if receiving more is actually you're blocking it from happening still? Like right now, as I say this, there are cell phone towers and cell phone signals and radio waves literally going through our body right now. Like it's here. We just aren't picking it up. What if $1 billion is here, you're not picking it up? What if a totally different planet is here and you're not picking it up? What if massive health is here and you just aren't picking it up because you're looking through the lens of what you've seen, which is the past, which doesn't show you evidence of that, right? So what if the abundance of what you are, what if the highest creativity is here? And our job is to be in the energy of it's here. There's not even a job for you to receive it. It's here. So we're going to Kalego in a minute. And if you haven't Kalegoed before, I'll tell you about it. But I've been doing it with a lot of clients lately, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. I mean, I've been Kalegoing for 10 years, and it keeps getting better. Just so you know, it never ends. And if you think you've done it before, it's always something you've never done, even if you've done it for 10 years. Because every Kalego I do, I'm blown away by what I learn in each one. So if you don't know what Kalego is, or you're not familiar with it, all we're doing is we're talking about our future as if it's past tense, right? You're talking about your future as if it's past tense. And this is a huge deal because everything that happened in your past is fact to you. Even if it was something that was crazy, if it happened in your past, it's a fact. Everything that happened before now, your body has registered it as totally normal and acceptable. So what happens if we take a giant fantasy of the future and we make it past tense so that your body sees it as fact? Not this thing coming up that you're not worthy of, but a thing that already happened. See, when you do that, you put your body in the harmony of the alignment and it being a normal thing for this to be a part of your life. Now, much bigger than what you receive is what you feel. What you feel is the ultimate goal because the reason you want things is what they'll make you feel. So we can cut out the middleman and not think that we need to get the thing to feel a certain way. Like there's people that think, when I finally get the love of my life, I'm going to feel this. Well, the real problem is not anything other than you've put a condition on you feeling that now. You get what I'm saying? You've put a condition on. So you could be feeling in love now. In fact, all falling in love is, it's a moment that you finally stop thinking you don't have enough and need more. In other words, that feeling of falling in love is what we should always be feeling, or what we could always be feeling. Our problem is we constantly say to ourselves, it's later. It's when I get this. We constantly say to ourselves, it's this other thing. So we're actually addicted to not fully feeling incredible. We're addicted to feeling like there's an issue. We are addicted to feeling like there's a condition. When I finally get this health, when I finally get this money, when I finally fall in love, then I can feel this thing. And I promise you, I've learned from being an entertainer for years, the second you get it, you go, no, now a new thing, right? Oh, I got this late night TV show. Like, it was like a dream of mine at one point to get on like a late night show. Oh, I got on Jimmy Kimmel. And then the second you're getting that, you're like, okay, how do I get a Comedy Central special? Right? Just right away, like I put a new condition in, and I keep having this idea of later. But there's no such thing as later. There's literally no such thing as later. So if you look at you now, all that's happening is you have you now, and you are not receiving all the joy of falling in love right now, all the joy of feeling fully abundant right now, all the power of feeling completely healthy right now, all of the feeling spiritually aligned. Everything is only here right now. So when you say it's in the future, you're just saying, I don't want to feel it. You're not even saying it's in the future, because there is no future. So it's just, you have this vision of the future as permission to not feel fully abundant now. Are you guys with me so far? It's literally, do I feel good now or not? And if you go, I'll feel good later, that just means not. And to feel okay about the fact that I'm not feeling good now, I'm going to create a movie in my head I call later, to put the carrot on the end of a stick on a treadmill that I'll never get to, ever, 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 ever. You're really in the constant practice of avoiding the now. That's it. So when you look at consciousness from the truest level, it goes, I want you to feel abundant now. And the reason I love Kalego is sometimes we aren't really good at receiving right now. So if we've programmed ourselves for 20 years that I'll feel good when I'm abundant, why don't we trick ourselves then into thinking we have the cash or the spiritual connection or the in-loveness or the joy or live in the house that we want? Because those are the middlemen we've created our whole life that we say, that's when I'll be happy. So, okay, if that's when you'll be happy, let's trick ourselves into believing we have it, right? And then let's convince ourselves we have it, because you do. Can you take in the idea that you have it? Let me ask you this. If $1 million is in someone else's account versus your account, is there really any difference? Like, really feel this. What's different about you having $1 million in your own bank account? There's just a belief you have it. There's just a belief. If I said to you right now, I've put $1 million in each of your accounts, you'd light up and go, yay! And I go, oh, just kidding. Your happiness had nothing to do with the actual bank account. It had to do with your belief it was there. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're giving too much power to outside of you. If I said, okay, you are fully in love, we got the call, the person that you've always wanted is in love with you and wants to be with you, you go, yay! I mean, oh, just kidding, she was actually trying to call your neighbor. Oh, she was after your neighbor. So now you're gonna see her every day, or him with your neighbor. Oh, shit. But your happiness is based on nothing other than a belief. Isn't that weird? Like, isn't that weird? Do you see what I'm seeing and how crazy that is? How could I just say an arbitrary sentence and you'll go, maybe you learn this, and I'll go, no, I really put $1 million, and you go, nuh-uh, and then I go, let's look, and we pull out your bank account and you see there's $1 million more. Then you're happy again. Yay! And then your happiness is you acclimating to that it's normal that who you are is someone that now has $1 million, right? Why wait till you see the external evidence to feel that way, right? The truth is not what's happening outside of you. Do you get what I mean by that? The truth is what's happening inside of you. The truth is what's happening inside of you. What we believe falsely is the truth is what's happening outside of us. So we falsely believe that this is fact. Then we think about it. Then we feel inside like we're not successful, happy, where we want to be. And then we create that truth because your ego doesn't want to be wrong. So literally, you will start to look for and create evidence of how not successful you are because you think what's happening outside of you is the truth. What's happening outside of you is not the truth. You're in reaction to the outside, calling that true, feeling that truth outside, and then asking for more of it. This is why Kalego is such a huge deal, because you can rewrite this truth. You can rewrite your childhood with Kalego. You can rewrite your story with Kalego. You can rewrite your past. I mean, if you believe your past is true and you say, who I am has always been someone who makes $20,000 a year, got it. That is in your subconscious as truth. But what if you have convinced yourself fully that who you are is someone who makes 10 million a year? I'm just giving measurable examples. Money, I know, doesn't matter on a certain level, but to give measurable example, if you were convinced, if I could put something in your brain that makes you believe that it's completely normal for you to bring in $20 million a year since you were 10 years old, and you fully in your subconscious believed it, it would start to be weird if you accidentally only made $19 million this year. You'd be like, something's wrong with me. And you'd suddenly go back up to your bar. Isn't it weird how you can almost always hit the bar of don't go homeless, or you have one bar you always hit and then you start hitting the numbers up again? Do you know what I'm talking about? For some reason, there's one bar you'll get to and somehow never go below it, right? There's one level we'll hit. Like for some people, like getting under 10,000 in the bank is a no. But when you have 30,000, you'll be fine with overspending it or whatever. Just don't hit 10,000, right? Like I'm giving you measurable examples, right? Or some people are like, well, once I hit this place where I don't even know if I'm going to eat, then I'm going to start moving again. So what is that bar that change? Why is there something different? You have a bar in your subconscious that is a for sure no, and you have no problem making money once you hit that bar. Same with love, same with health, same with everything else. Same with weight, same with connection to yourself, same with spiritual, whatever. You have a bar that you hit and you go, okay, now I'm in lack. Now I fix this. What if Kalego could raise your bar in all areas? What if Kalego makes a higher number non-negotiable, a higher standard for a relationship non-negotiable, a higher, whatever, level of health, a higher level of spiritual connection, a higher level of spiritual, because there's some people that literally are going, shit, I only meditated 3 hours today. That's their bar, right? Oh God, I only colored and painted, 10 pictures today. Oh man, I only saved 100 people today. Shoot, I only donated to 2 charities today. Oh my God, I ate a cooked pea. Like everyone has a different bar, right? And other people are like, okay, I think 10 ice cream bars is good for the first hour today. Like we all have different bars, right? So Kalego is you changing not only your visual consciousness of yourself, but if you do it long enough, you can change your subconscious, and that's where your bar is. Just so you know, everything you've ever wanted to manifest that's coming up, you're going to manifest, but realize you could have also manifested it last year. What's the difference? Your subconscious was not there. How could you bring something into your life now that you didn't a year ago? How did the iPhone not get invented in the 50s? It was available to get invented in the 50s. Why would it not? Because the subconscious wasn't there yet, right? The subconscious wasn't there yet. And what we're doing is we're raising our subconscious to a world of anything is possible. The overall goal of Kalego also is to raise the two of your collective vibration, right? Most of us have conversations that drop our vibration, right? We talk about what was and we think it's what is. You know, when you're led by the future, you go up. When you're stuck to the past, you go down. Right? So we're here to go up. Our entire conversation's purpose is to go up. So in a second, you're going to pair up with someone, and you and that person are going to go back and forth, and you're going to talk about your amazing new life. And it doesn't have to be things you created or even, you know, relationships. It can also be, I remember just realizing that all I was this moment. I remember breathing and connecting to my heart on a whole new level. I remember feeling gratitude for the moment. I remember crying out my need for my dad to see me. I remember saying goodbye to the things that don't align with me. I remember releasing the energy that entangles in my heart that isn't me anymore. I remember saying thank you and letting go. I remember creating more. I remember donating everything in my house that didn't excite me to charity. I remember just having 8 glasses of water a day, and I remember being offline by 6 p.m. I remember just not even knowing what was going to unfold, but just making the changes I needed to make. So we're picturing that right now was 6 months ago, and you and another person are going to talk about what you did in the last 6 months. Like if you talked about this call right here, like it was 6 months ago, and we're like, do you remember 6 months ago? That was the day one of my new life. Right? And then you and a partner you might not know are going to sit there and be like, I remember that. Me too. That's when I stopped smoking, or that's when I opened my heart to a better relationship, or that's when I let go of what people thought about me. It was the first day that I was free of what people thought about me. Like they could say what they wanted and I didn't even know it. Or it was the day that I let go of the tie of certain relatives that never saw me and I realized they don't have to anymore. Or it was the day that I opened my heart to completely new beginnings, or discovered that I was able to lead my own life and didn't need anybody to help me do it. Whatever it is. It's just you raising your bar and raising your connection. Tell me something you got out of tonight. Was there a revelation? Is there a new direction? Are you moving towards something, letting go of something?
I've just had these incredible revelations of why things keep coming up in my life or why they don't go the way. And I'm doing all this self-work, and it's like, and I've been shown, it's like, because I'm not safe. And I'm like, I feel safe. I feel safe anywhere. And it was like, no, your little girl isn't safe. You've never given her that safety. And so during the Kalego, just really starting, this is kind of, and that's why I really had to do it today, is making that commitment for the next 90 days to do an I am safe meditation every morning, 5 minutes. And then just allowing the people for my business, I'm just starting out my new business, but allowing the right people to be drawn to me, because it's kind of a hard business. So it's the right energy of the right people. So that got just supported in Kalego, and I just feel, I mean, already I'm going to probably start crying. I just feel such a higher vibration just from this 45 minutes. I really want to thank you for this platform, because you know, and especially in this time, I'm in a very remote place and I've been alone a lot, and I really needed this. So thank you. And I feel so supported.
What an important concept I think that many of us have never grasped, but really need to realize. We need to make safety in ourselves, right? That safety is the universe holding you, that safety is here, right? Because if we never felt it, then we're searching for safety. When I have enough money, or the right partner, or the right thing, or the right job. And then when you have that safety, it's conditional. It could go away, so you still don't feel safe. So what if you start to be in a Kalego of the safety of what you are now? Because if it's in anything other than now, it could go away. And if it goes away, your safety leaves, which means you won't feel safe during it. Same with connected and same with free. right? If you feel connected now, you feel the love of in love, even if you don't have the specific person, that you feel that first, then you're creating the grounding for that to be what comes to you. If you are saying, I'm in love with someone outside of me and not me, you are not going to create the space for them to come to you because you're saying life is, I don't feel in love now with life, with me, with the moment. It's in a condition. So then the relationship that comes is another person with the same condition for you. And that's called codependency and attachment, right? So connected, how about freedom? Is it I feel freedom when I have enough money? Is it I feel free because if you it's when I have enough money, then what if that goes away? Right? What if that, then you're still, so you have this part of you that knows, what if it goes away? And I've seen people make a bunch of money and think, what if it goes away? I've seen that freedom is not based on that you have a lot of money, that, or that you're free because of a circumstance, or that you're free because you're out or in a relationship, whichever one you've decided is your rule. An amazing thing to start Kalegoing is that you're safe, is that you're connected, is that you're in love, and that you're free, all because of the moment, not because of an external condition.